It's movie award season, so I'm here to talk about some.
Welcome, this is the 2026 Oscar Best Picks, the W Report. Jason Williams' theme of 2025 was oppression, but the theme of 2026, rebellion and resistance. These are Academy Award movies that I watched, mostly Best Picture, and other movies I liked during 2025. Bugonia. Here are the Best Pictures in alphabetical order, and I got this from IMDb. Two conspiracy-laced young men kidnap the high-powered CEO of a major company, convinced that she's an alien intent on destroying planet Earth. This is genre-bending, one of my faves of the year. Unnerving, graphically violent, unpredictable, funny, and it reminded me of Dogtooth, but wilder. That was my first Yorgos movie, and I love Yorgos. This was a rebellious movie. Yorgos, oh man, Dogtooth, Kind of Kindness, Poor Things, The Favorite, Killing of the Sacred Deer, The Lobster, what a roster of movies. So weird. F1, a Formula One driver comes out of retirement to mentor and team up with a younger driver. Saw it in D-Box, my friend Craig and Nick, and that means the seats rumble and move as if you're in a car, like a ride at Universal Studios or something. Good seat rumbles, I will say that. That's what made the movie better, is like kind of getting a massage during this 2.5 hour movie. Cool driving scenes. I'm not really a race car F1 guy, but I like these scenes. Didn't like the direction the movie went. I just didn't find the characters' choices believable. I haven't said that in a while. I'm like, these characters would not act like, never mind. Did it stick to the rebellious theme? Yes, these are rebels on wheels, of course. Frankenstein. Dr. Victor Frankenstein, a brilliant but egotistical scientist, brings a creature to life in a monstrous experiment that ultimately leads to the undoing of both the creator and his tragic creation, also called Sexy Frankenstein. That's what I nicknamed it. Del Toro flicks, so you know there's sexy monsters in it. Kind of reminded me of Poor Things. I liked it. Liked the second half better. Bit forgettable to me, but that monster was definitely rebellious. Hamnet. After losing their son Hamnet to the plague, Agnes and William Shakespeare grapple with the grief in 16th century England. A healer, Agnes must find strength to care for her surviving children while processing her devastating loss. This is a Chloe Zhao picture and another Shakespeare movie who I do not like. I don't like Shakespeare stuff mostly. However, expressing emotions through art was the theme of this movie, and I recently went through something similar so I could relate, and I felt the pain and grief emitting from this movie halfway through. At first I was kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this, and I cried hard at least twice. Cathartic ending that just gave me this like wave of relief, and like I just let a lot go. And the son was definitely rebellious, and the only thing I didn't like is his name Hamnet. It sounds like a meat bag you carry your honey baked ham in. Marty Supreme. Marty Mauser, a young man with a dream no one respects, goes to hell and back in pursuit of greatness. This was one of my faves, if not my favorite. I'm a Safdie Bro fan. I love all their movies, Cut Gems especially, and Good Time. Love those movies. I'm also a huge fan of the TV show The Curse. This one was just from Josh though, but it felt like all their other movies. It's fast-paced, tense, funny, dangerous, epic, very American, very rebellious. One battle after another. When their enemy resurfaces after 16 years, a group of ex-revolutionaries reunite to rescue their daughter from one of their own. This is so hard because there's so many good movies, but this one might be my top movie. P.T. Anderson is one of my favorite directors, especially Magnolia, Boogie Nights, and Punch Drunk Love. Those are like some of my favorite movies of all time. Magnolia, top 10. Punch Drunk Love is one of my favorite romance movies. I love when he makes contemporary movies. I think he is the best at writing my favorite type of characters, and that is confident, insecure people. I love when people double down on their bullshit. There's a relatable stoner scene that I love, reminded me of the scene from Boogie Nights. Sean Penn was an all-American villain and hilarious. I know this guy, and he's a cartoon character. Best thing was I learned about semen demons. This movie is very important. Timely satire, themes, communities who protect their own versus exclusive secret clubs who trust no one. And this movie is the rebellion. Welcome to Resistance. The Secret Agent. In 1977, a technology expert flees from a mysterious past and returns to his hometown of Recife? In search of peace. He soon realizes that the city is far from being the refuge he seeks. Dude from Narcos is in it. The dude that played Escobar, I should have looked up his name. Enjoyed the ride. Ebb and tide of a spy movie versus like an avant-garde movie that was just like conversations, which I really like the subtle movie homages. Didn't fully get it or who he was. I realized that at the end, but I just was enjoying it. This is literally a resistance movie. And I think it's based on true stories, if I'm not mistaken. Sentimental value. An intimate exploration of family, memories, and the reconciliatory power of art. This movie is slow and purposeful, one of my favorites, relatable because it's about a film director. Not relatable because I don't have any children and I haven't neglected them. I just got sucked into this and it felt like art, like just a powerful, good movie, and it weirdly made me feel good even though it was kind of dark sometimes. One of my favorite performances of Elle Fanning ever. I don't know, something about her, there's this one scene where I'm like, this woman, this is why she's nominated. 2026 reoccurring theme of aging entertainment stars who weren't there for their daughters and now regretting it, but trying to make up for it. Jake Kelly has the same thing as the Noah Baumbach movie. movie, and it's just a different vibe, like two different directors tackling the same subject matter. Like I said, I really felt this one balanced a line of sullen but joyfully optimistic. I guess the daughter is kind of rebellious. Sinners, trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. This is another one of my favorites. Always looking forward to Ryan Coogler movies. Like From Dusk Till Dawn meets Demon Knight meets Hoodlum. That's what the vibes I got from the movie. Also reminded me of a Tenacious D song, you know the one. Entertaining, enigmatic. I just felt like there's a lot of things that were like unresolved or not talked about or explained, which I liked. It was a grounded vampire movie and it had me wanting more. Very rebellious. Train Dreams, based on Dennis Johnson's beloved novella. Train Dreams is the moving portrait of Robert Grenier, a logger and railroad worker who leads a life of unexpected depth and beauty in the rapidly changing America of the early 20th century. This is another one of my favorites, and this was one of those movies where it's just like I was just immediately sucked into it. It was captivating, meditative, slow, heartbreaking, beautiful, loving. I'm probably overselling it. I bet there's a lot of people who think this movie's boring, but it felt like a novella to me, honestly. It made me feel like I'm watching someone's life story, but like from a third person, and I don't know, something interesting about that. There's some rebellion in it, I'm sure. I just can't think of it what. I'm sure it's something rebelled against the institution at some point. Favorite picks were One Battle After Another, Marty Supreme, Sinners, Begonia, Sentimental Value, Train Dreams, and Hamnet. That's a runner-up because it really made me cry. Memorable 2025 movies not Best Picture nominated: Predator, Badlands, super fun, non-stop action. Elle was funny and cute in the movie. Felt new and expansive to the Predator verses. It also felt like a video game, was inspired by video games. I actually heard it mentioned in the interview, and I want to play this video game. Love the Alienverse tie-in as well. Something makes me geek out about that. No humans are in this movie either. It's an interesting little tidbit I noticed. The movie's very rebellious. Ugh. Okay. Eddington, COVID era movie, polarizing, funny, conspiracy laden, bonkers climax, satisfying ending. Saw it with friends. I remember I saw it with Nick, Eric, Dylan, Craig, Justin. I feel like I'm forgetting someone though. This movie was full of rebels as well. Megan 2.0, sequel to Megan, not a horror movie. It reminded me of the Terminator for some reason. I thought it was fun, funny, hokey, and self-aware. And I don't know, like a lot of the jokes, I'm like, this isn't gonna work, and it fucking worked for me. Nailed the new action tone. She is a rebellious bot. Weapons. This is like, if I had to add another favorite to my list, this was one of my favorites as well of the year. It's most memorable. It's director Barbarian, who I love. He makes unpredictable movies. You just don't know where the hell they're going. I guess I want to say it's kind of fun too, but it's unique and very, very rebellious. Ask me how, I don't know later. 28 Years Later and The Bone Temple. Liked both movies a lot. I almost said I like The Bone Temple even more. These two are my favorite out of the three 28 days, weeks, months, whatever movies. So 28 Years Later is a father-son, mother-son movie, and The Bone Temple is a whole different vibe. I won't even tell you what it is, but they both have very rebellious characters. Fantastic Four. Yeah, I said it. Okay, I liked it. Low-key Marvel movie. I had this lowest of expectations. Liked the friendship and community world built. I don't know, it just seemed different, and like something that was like enjoyable about it being in a different era, parallel universe that had different technology. I don't know, I just really liked it. It felt noble, unlike most MCU movies. Like people had like a purpose and they wanted to like serve the people, if that makes sense. I don't know, this was like a sleeper hit for me for some reason. And Rebel something. Sarat. Unpredictable, shocking, Burning Man vibes, bass booming undertones, rebels with a cause. Jay Kelly, Noah Baumbach movie, just like Sentimental Value. Instead of a director, it's an actor. Different feel. Clooney playing himself if he had kids. Not all characters are likable, but I still like the movie a lot. Rebel Without a Cause is probably Jay Kelly's favorite movie. The Phonetician Scheme, Wes Anderson movie, his first action movie. The look was cool and how do you expect. Didn't understand the plot, but didn't matter because I had lots of fun and laughs, and Michael Cera stole the show for me. Rebel Team Go. Thunderbolts. Almost forgot this movie came out. Good MCU movie. Like that it was about depression, and I enjoyed it. Rise of the Resistance. The Naked Gun. I'm a huge Naked Gun fan. I grew up on it. When Liam Neeson was announced that he would be Frank Drebin, I knew it would be a great match because Liam Neeson in Extras, the dry humor, he gets it. This was basically Naked Gun 4. Blended perfectly with the other three. Hardest I've laughed in a theater in probably years, and I miss parody spoof movies. Weird Al is still the most popular person in the Naked Gun-verse, and this is the Rebel King. Memorable 2025 theater experiences. Superman. Saw it in IMAX. Fun James Gunn movie. Loved his weird characters. Liked that it pissed off MAGA. Lex Luthor was ruthless. Lois Lane was helpful. Nathan Fillion was funny. What I remember most about this movie was some dude sat directly next to me in an empty theater. I thought that was very weird because he bought a ticket after he saw where I was sitting, and he sat sat literally directly next to me. But Superman is a rebel, obviously. Jurassic World Rebirth, yeah, I said it. Plot was stupid, thought I wouldn't like it, ended up having a lot of fun. So what I loved about it was there was a scene that was shot for shot from Jaws, and the thing I loved about it the most was this entire movie was shot as if Spielberg shot the movie. So it was shot same camera angles and the way it was edited, kind of like Jurassic Park, the first one. And to me, that made the whole franchise and dinosaurs feel exciting again. I saw this a week after Superman where someone sat directly next to me. I was in another near empty theater. A grandma with a blanket and her granddaughter were sitting in my seat. I made them move. I regretted it. And I also wished I brought a blanket. It was a very cold theater. And do I need to say it? Dinosaurs are rebels. So was the granny and the lady in the theater were sitting in my seat. Fantastic Four, 4 Steps. I saw this also in IMAX 3D. And there was a fly on the projector for the first third of the movie. The fly was also the ribbon. Tron Ares. First one looked cool. The first Tron. Never understood it though. Second one was better. Still kind of corny. Tron Ares was my favorite. Yeah, I said it, okay? So I saw it on IMAX 3D and I felt like I was at a Nine Inch Nails concert. Trent Reznor was just booming. I felt like my eardrums were about to bleed. It was very, very loud in there. But I did like the message of the movie. I like the Tron or whatever you call it in the real world. I forgot his name. And I kind of was bummed it bombed in the theater because I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel. This made sense in my head, but it looks stupid on the screen. It says, Rage Against the Machine, AI Leto. Friendship. I Think You Should Leave, and Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd. I was the only one in the theater laughing, and I laughed a lot. This is my type of movie. It's weird, it's dark, it's funny, it's grounded, and this is the best use of Ghost Town DJ song. My Boo, A Rebel Yell, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Saw it in IMAX 3D, bought 2 seats so no one would sit next to me. That's who I am now. Same movie plot as the first 2 movies, yet I was still captivated, totally immersed in it. James Cameron is the GOAT of blockbuster popcorn movies, period. I don't care, you can't argue that with me. Best documentary, The Perfect Neighbor, which was horrific, Mr. Nobody Against Putin, which is also scary as fuck. I talk about both in another video called Sundance 2025 Docs. Best international movies, Sarat, Sentimental Value. It was Just an Accident, which is an Iranian movie, intimate, funny, important, vengeful, rebellious, and The Secret Agent. K-pop Demon Hunters. I liked how they talked about hiding depression, liked the music, liked the cat. I thought Zoe was adorable. Little Amelie, or The Character of Rain. Peaceful, funny, super cute, calming, sweet, feel good, meditative. Zootopia 2, fun characters, adult subject matter. I have a huge crush on Judy Hopps. And finally, there's Arco. I'm not gonna even write out the bullet points. I'll just say it was really cute, heartwarming. It's kind of like E.T. a little bit. I enjoyed it. Also, I liked how it had a positive view on the robots in the future. And there's even some voices you might recognize, like Will Ferrell, Andy Samberg, Flea, Natalie Portman, and Mark Ruffalo. Thank you for watching. I know this is very important for you. Take care.